So I have been working on the sugarcane farm off stream. The main things that I've been doing on the sugarcane farm, I think I've completed the first layer. So we'll have a look down here. Like, it's mostly completed. Now this layer, whoops, fallen in. This layer is slightly less. That's going to bother me unless I sort that. This layer is slightly less. It doesn't have as much going on in the redstone department as what it does above up there. But this is going to be the footprint of the redstone for all the other layers anyway. So everything that's going on here is what's going to go on in the other layers. I do need to go through and just make sure that the blackstone kind of comes up to this sort of level. What we're probably going to do with the blackstone, it's going to bleed into tiled deep slate. I think that should look quite nice, quite cool, quite interesting. There is a piece of blackstone that's missing there. So that's more than likely what I'm going to do. This is now fully operational in terms of collection. We do have a water stream down here and a dipper or a dopper that goes into the water stream. However, this isn't a actual bubble vator. Main reason for that is because I wanted to have access to it when I'm doing this. So the bubble vator, unfortunately, is probably going to be the last thing I do complete, and we'll complete it from the other side, from this side kind of thing. So I'll dig down and we will sort out the bubble vator last. I think that's probably going to cause me a lot of issues, but I don't want to do this as we go and then accidentally flood the redstone like down here kind of thing, you know. That would be bad. That would be very bad. Now, something else to do with the redstone, it would be nice if I didn't break it. We've got some little bits of blackstone that is needed. You can probably see I've pretty much done pretty much everything, honestly. So this is going to be collecting sugarcane. It does seem to work. I think I've cancelled out the bugs that we have up there, and I know how I'm going to basically do this, but up there I think that's probably what's going to be best. So that one up there that is actually collecting the sugarcane at the moment, probably going to get rid of it before this one's done, before these are done, and then we'll probably just like rebuild it. So we've got our first little pieces of sugarcane done in here. I am limited to resources though. So basically what I would like to do today, I would like to start the next layer. And probably going to be resource gathering. So I realize that's kind of what we did last stream. For the most part, it was resource gathering, and we haven't actually done any redstone building. But I do want to keep working on this while I am motivated to do so, which I very much am. Now, in terms of redstone supplies, let's have a look. Let's see what we have available. That's it. That's all we've got. Like, because I've even emptied out the redstone from here, right? Now, it's not just that, it's also the glass. Something that I have done, I have gone super mining for sand. So we can make glass pretty quickly if I wanted to do it that way. I can also trade emeralds and things like that. So the emeralds is probably slower, but it is obviously better than maybe I'm saving this sand for concrete, because we're going to need quite a lot of concrete to do all the redstone circuitry, and I do want to keep the redstone circuitry the way that it is down there. I probably would have been better to do it with wool because that's easier to collect, but I've decided against it. I'm gonna, by the way, I've got an iced coffee there, just so you're aware, iced coffee. See, it's still quite warm outside. It's warm for me anyway. So yeah, all of this cobbled deep slate, at some point I need to turn it into like tiled deep slate and cobbled deep slate, and then we will also use the normal deep slate. And because they do all tend to have a fair little bit of gradient change. So this is the normal deep slate. This is the cobbled deep slate. And you can see the cobbled deep slate slightly darker than the normal deep slate. And then there is also bricks. We have tiles and polished. Now, I don't think I'm going to use those two, but I'm definitely going to be doing that because I think this seems to bleed quite well into the blackstone there from a distance. So really, realistically, I mean, we might use these because these can also be kind of combined with that because it's the same texture. So then that gives a little... Oh no, what did I flood? Oh no! Or is it coming? I think we're okay. We're not okay! Okay, so we've definitely lost... Oh no, we're okay. Okay, we didn't lose any redstone there. Okay, that was fortunate. That is the first time I've had a scare like that. Anyway, that's beside the point. So yeah, the blackstone kind of leads into this, and then I think I'll go from this to the cobbled, maybe. So, I mean, I might bring in that polished, because that polished looks not too bad. So the polished might come into it, but I don't think the brick really works. And then obviously with the actual deep slate itself, you've got that block, and that block. You see what I mean? So that is slightly less than this. Like, it looks slightly lighter. So that is potentially what I'm going to be using to blend into the cobblestone. Because then you've got that, right? Now, the cobblestone is a little bit more green, but this is also a little bit more purple. So I think that that is the gradient line that we're going to be using, and then the cobblestone goes into the stone, and then up here would probably have stone and probably andesite. So andesite is slightly lighter. Anyway, I will get rid of all of that crap. We've got all of those resources to make it look good. We're not going to use any diorite or granite, but we will be using andesite, I think. So in terms of those resources, I'm pretty sure we've got enough cobbled deep slate and normal deep slate. In terms of blackstone, I'm about to finish the amount of blackstone that I needed, so it looks like I just brought just enough blackstone for me to do that. So at some point we do want to... I might need more cobbled deep slate, actually, thinking about it, because we'll want like the tiles and the bricks and the other stuff. Well, I probably won't use the bricks. Sure, I'll use the tiles though. But that's not the resources that we need right now. I think the resources that we're going to need right now is the next layers of yellow concrete, because that's kind of where I'm going to go for. So I'm going to take the yellowed concrete. I'm going to take this withers, pop that in there, and I want the green stained glass. I only need a little bit of green stained glass, and then we're going to go to the lime stained glass. And I don't have any lime dye left. So yeah, green stained glass then. And I'm gonna do a stack. So we're only gonna do a stack, and I want to finish off that glass down here, getting all the different nooks and crannies. And it's mainly like these little bits here, up there, those bits. That bit is okay, and these bits here. And probably top this up with glass, so that there's glass on top of here. Yeah. Because then on top of this glass is where the dirt's gonna go. For the next layer. Not the dirt, the train track. So the green stained concrete. So I want to bring all of the blackstone up to at least this level here. But first things first, I want to make sure that I get the yellow concrete in the right place. And I believe the first place for the yellow concrete is there. Is a bit of a maze. Because I think it goes in between, because this is where the comparators sit, right? I'm hoping that these will not get interfered with the... I'm pretty sure they won't, actually. I don't have any comparators with me right now, and we don't have any green concrete, so I can't really do much more. But the green concrete is going to go pretty much identical to what the green concrete is down there. So yes. Right, I think the next thing actually I want to do, I want to make sure I cover all of the wall with black concrete, pretty much going all the way around here. I might dig into this to really make these prominent, a bit more prominent. Probably not going to be able to see it from underneath, but I will know it's there. So I want it to look good. It might be about time to get rid of this beacon as well. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I don't need to dig so much anymore. So it could be time just to relocate that beacon or repurpose the beacon. We've got a lot of yellow concrete powder, which is good. That means I'm going to be okay with yellow concrete, I think, for the time being. I'm going to bring that down here so I've just got easier access onto it. I know I've got brown concrete, green concrete somewhere. That's good. I've not got much red concrete, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. I think we're okay with concrete for at least a little bit. What do I want? So I want to take down some blackstone with me. So I'll take the rest of the blackstone. And pretty much I'm gonna go up as far as I have blackstone left, I think. I'm not gonna use anything but the blackstone. Just gonna be blackstone. Even though I did use the floor down here, I don't know if you can see it, with a little bit of like texture. You're not gonna be able to see the texture, honestly. So, I mean, that, you know, it's obvious, quite obvious that it's not just all monotonous blackstone down there, so. Okay, so where do I want it to come up to? Let's just go around the edge, and we will kind of do it to this yellow line, if I can. And let's make this a little bit more prominent. So we're going to dig out a little bit more here. Don't want to go to there. I don't want to go too high. And this is why I'm thinking of getting rid of that beacon. Just because I'm going to be carving through this like crazy, aren't I? I will know that this blackstone is here. Which is why I'm being a little bit more persistent with it. For a second then, I didn't think it was going to stop. Interesting. So that'll be the first proper collection. I think it's done. Now I do need more gravel, so I am tempted to like properly get all of this gravel node that's going to be there. So let's get my shovel out. Is that? No, that's not the Silk Touch one. I was using the shovel for collection of sand. But yeah, I do need as much of this as possible, and I would like to just hollow this out a little bit more, just make this a little bit more pronounced. Now, the thing is, with what seems to be this gravel, it doesn't look like there's that much of it, and there's also redstone there, which I want to get. But, I mean, every little piece of, like, gravel like this that I can find is perfect. Like, that's all I'm going to need, I think. Should we take this node of gravel as well? There isn't actually a node of gravel, okay. I think those are Endermen that have been placing things down here. Like this. This is definitely the work of an Enderman. Nicking gravel and then dropping it over. Definitely the work of an Enderman. I'm not going to do too much exploring, but I mean, if there was like another node of gravel there, I would have taken it as well. But there isn't, unfortunately. Not that I could see. So let's cover that up, and I think we just want to go to here. I want to get as much of these resources back as I can. If I do lose some, though, it's not the end of the world. Okay, now just bringing this up a little bit more. I gotta be very careful. Like, I think I only really want to bring up the blackstone for as long as we've got blackstone, right? So as soon as the blackstone runs out, we do need to kind of like level off the blackstone a little bit more, so it's not like all on one layer. So at the moment I'm putting it all on the same level. So I do need to complete this bit around here by the looks of it. I never actually filled that part of the blackstone in. That's a little bit worrying. So I'm not sure if I've got enough to be able to do what I want to do now. Well, the thing is, I don't even, I don't even know if this bit is going to be seen too much, but it's worth doing in case you can see it. Now, obviously, that bit in there would have to be Blackstone 2. But I can't do that until I've done the water stream, and that'll be like the last little bit. I think I need to come up with like a secondary access route. I'm not going to have enough Blackstone to finish what I want to do. So we need to find some more. Oh my goodness, and of course this side, there's just no way out. That's upside down deep slate, so I have came in at some point and tried to place that there. Okay, so we are officially out of Blackstone then. That's not good. I was kind of hoping that we would have a little bit more so that I could level all of this Blackstone off a little bit higher, which we don't have, which means that we need to go back to the Nether in order to get us some more Blackstone. That, or I might have some knocking around the base at some point, but I'm not going to have more than like a couple of stacks. But that's all I'm going to need, so hopefully I'll have something. Is there any more in here? Doesn't look that way. Hopefully I've got like one piece. Okay, let's start using this one up here. Perfect. I've got one piece of Blackstone. Right, let's go and have a look, see if I have some in my nether chest. It'll be lucky if I do. I do not. I do have basalt, though. That hadn't considered basalt. We've got no more blackstone up here, have we? Do we have any more in the stones? No, 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 no. That's deep slate. No blackstone there by the looks of it. I do have some cracked polished blackstone and gilded blackstone, which we don't want to use, so... Yes, I have literally used all of my blackstone. Okay, that's fine. We can go and get some more then. Yeah, we can go and get some more. Also, mud is a potential. That might blend quite well between the blackstone and the chiseled stone, maybe. But I think we'll. Sorry, the deep slate, the tiled deep slate. I think we'll still leave it with just the blackstone. I mean, if I really wanted to texturize it, I could use all of these tools and stuff. But this is going to be so far deep down that you're just not going to be able to see it. So I just need a little bit more. I don't need much more, just a little bit. And I guess this is where we get it from. Now, let's be precautionary, shall we? Fire resistance potion is in my inventory. Perfect. And let's just take as much of the blackstone as I can get my hands on without burning into lava. Or burning the blackstone into lava as well. This part of the what's it probably isn't the best place to be digging, but kind of looks like I have already dug into this a little bit. This is okay. Like, I don't mind this. Looking at the basalt now, it's definitely not right for what I want to achieve. So we are going to leave the basalt out of it. To be honest, I've never really used blackstone in my builds before. So this is actually kind of a first for me. And it's so deep down that you can't see it. I will say... One of my main critiques of blackstone, it is a little bit too purple, like deep purple. I much prefer deep slate to blackstone itself. So I will probably not be making it a habit of coming down here. However, I'm always up for a challenge, you know what I mean? Like, if I can think of, like, potentially, I might be able to use the blackstone and the basalt in a building for the smithy. A little bit of blackstone might work very, very well with like iron style stuff. So, and we will build a smithy at some point. I'm also getting all of the quartz that I can get as well. Now, I do have to remember I'm not wearing gold, so... Okay, so one of these has lava above it. I did see it drip. I am gonna fill the netherrack back in. So, I mean, we don't need it, but I don't like to see it despawn. I don't know why. We've definitely got a good little blackstone vein here, which is good. I think one of the main reasons why I haven't used blackstone in the past is it can be a little bit tedious to grind out. it can be just that tad little bit too tedious. Oops. Do you know what? Why am I not just destroying the lava source here? I don't know. I'm not quite entirely sure why I didn't do that. I do like these little basalt delta pockets that you find though with the blackstone. It's quite fun to dig out the blackstone from these basalt pockets. Do you know, I never really played around too much with like the Nether update worth of building blocks, and this blackstone I was very excited for when it first came out, and I've never really built with it because whenever I tried it's always a little bit too dark. And maybe that was a mistake on my part. Maybe I should really try and work with the blackstone a little bit more, because it's a very unique block, and I don't think very many people do build with the blackstone because it is just a little bit too. Like deep slate's definitely a superior block in my opinion, and you can do pretty much everything more with deep slate than what you can with blackstone. There are more building blocks out of deep slate than there is out of blackstone, you see. Because you've got your cobbled variation of deep slate, you've got normal deep slate, you've got tiled, you've got polished bricks. Whereas blackstone is like, you get blackstone and you get polished and bricked, and that's it. There's no cobbled version of blackstone, which I think is unfortunate. It would be, or like a smoothed version, like not polished, but like smoothed. I don't know. Be quite an interesting concept how you do it. Very little texture to it, but the same sort of colour. Maybe a bit brighter. Now, a place that I would use a lot of blackstone is if I did a nether build, and I think eventually I will be doing probably like a nether hub. Probably not until I've built a second settlement. So, because we don't realistically need a nether hub at the moment, so we're probably just going to leave the nether as it is for the time being. But something that I will consider doing with the blackstone at some point is potentially using it to create some form of nether hub. But like I said, there's no point in doing that until I've got multiple portals. And the strongholds don't count. Although we can always hook them up in some way, but the strongholds are just too far away, realistically, to... I'm going to finish this little node we've got, and then we'll build our way out. There we go. I'm not going to do that one. I'll leave that one. So there we go. I've done quite a lot of this blackstone area around here, and I'm pretty sure that this is where we were before. There might be some blackstone in here, actually. Whoops. No, there's no blackstone in there. I probably did have blackstone in there at one point, but I've taken it out. Right. I will not need any more blackstone. At least not for this build that we're doing. I've probably got more than enough, which is good. It's nice. It's nice to have more than enough. Now, there is always the possibility that I will add to, do use some more blackstone at some point around this sort of an area. But I think just for the time being, it's quite nice to have that blackstone as kind of like a base layer down there. That's not where I wanted to land. Okay, let's finish off doing what I was doing around this corner. Oh, I dropped down and I didn't want to. So this is probably the most annoying bit, because I do want it to, very much similar to that, look like that it is naturally there. Same with this bit as well. That all needs to kind of like be dug out more. Oh, I regret going down in here. Oh, there is a way out now, though, which is good. Okay, so that is all of the blackstone that I wanted to do. So that's the layer of where I want the blackstone to be. I haven't actually finished it, but that's okay. These last little bits are literally it, really. So now I kind of want little bits of blackstone going up, and then little bits of like a scattered amount of deep slate. And how tall these blackstone bits go, I don't know. Should we try it on this area here first? So it kind of goes up and then comes back down. Thing is, that is very flat at the moment as well, so I do need to be aware of that. So maybe I should also be focusing on putting in the tiled deep slate as well, just to balance it out a little bit. Because then I think the tiled deep slate dipping down into this area is a good idea. And then again, the blackstone kind of piling up in the corner, maybe. Hey Cyan, hey Buzz, how are you guys? What have you guys been up to? Okay, so let's get some tiled deep slate in. I think that one there can be blackstone. And then we'll kind of see how we're going. And I think the rest of that under there is going to be tiled deep slate. Arc, you got a Quetzal? Nice. Woke up to realizing there are things installed on your PC I did not exactly put there. Uh-oh, that's not a good thing. Overwolf is... Overwolf. That is something to do with video games. It's something to do with video games, because I've got it on mine. I think it comes with like a... I can't think what it comes. I think it's something, one of my Ubisofts. Used for CurseForge. There you go. It's a game extension creator or something. Okay. Best I can figure it is FTL launcher or something. Steam put. Yeah, it'll be a launcher for something. I can't remember, but I've got it on mine as well. I can't remember what game installed it. Feed the Beast. Not faster than light then. Okay. I was going to say, because I don't have either of those, so I don't know what I've got it on for. I don't know who runs it. Sounds actually a pretty good idea. CurseForge due to modded Minecraft. Interesting. Oh, there you go then. It'll be modded Minecraft. Buzz. At least I know where it comes from. Yeah. Funnily enough, I do think everything down here is mob-proof because of these redstone torches. I think potentially the first time that redstone torches have been used as a lighting block as well as functional redstone, but sure. Okay, let's now get some of this tiled deep slate and see how this looks. Without falling into like little cages like this with my... Oh my god, I actually can't get out of here, can I? Good job I've got ender pearls on me. Oh, I'm not sure whether that blends very well, these tiled deep slate with the blackstone. Thing is, they will blend very well with the rest of the deep slate. I don't know how I feel about that. The problem is with the blackstone, it's very purple. Is there a block that kind of matches those two? I mean, I was thinking tiled deep slate because it's the darkest form of deep slate, but I want something that blends the blackstone in with the rest of the deep slate, like a good texture swap, a good light swap. But is there anything that is kind of in between those that's not necessarily darker but a different shade of grey? Because blackstone isn't really a shade of grey, is it? It's a shade of, like, blue. Cobbled deep slate. That's black terracotta. Black terracotta might work. Cobbled deep slate will not work. That's lighter, and is the same. It's got the same color palette as tiled deep slate. It's just it's used differently as different textures. Black terracotta might work. It's just that there's no textures with it. But I think it matters more about blending with the color. Let me stick with the tiled deep slate on a larger scale. And I can choose after. And looking down on it as well is going to help. Black wool. I think the problem that I'm having is not how black it is, it's more the purples that I need. So black terracotta isn't really black, it's kind of like a purple. And grey terracotta is like kind of a lighter version of that. So that might work, but actually I think the tiled deep slate is going to be good enough. It looks a little bit odd, but we're going to be seeing this from below. We're not going to be seeing it from the perspective that I'm judging it by now, so I think we're going to be okay. I think it'll work for the effect that I want. Also, you're going to have like various layers of glass as well. Really? I need to stop falling into these things. Here, we'll have a look, see how this sample works. This kind of sample area. How does this look? Yeah, actually, I kind of like the transition. I think the transition works. I think it works. I think it was because it was on a small scale that I was trying to judge. And stop making holes. Good evening. Hello, Charing. How are you, sir? Yeah, I like that, actually. I do like that. And I think from above, you're not really going to see too much of the difference anyway, because you're going to have, like, the shades of the green interlacing each other with, like, the fog effect. So, yeah, I mean, you're not... Yeah, no, that's perfect. As long as it seems like it's getting lighter. Slime chunk. Interesting. I will take all the slime, but I'm not sure how useful that is. How do I get back in now? Because I did kind of... There we go. I just want to make sure that this isn't spawnable. It doesn't look like it is. Doing good. Finished editing a video. I decided to use the heart space OST. I saw the music. I saw the video. I saw the video, sir. Yeah, the hard space SOT is very good. No, don't want that. Oh god, this little bit here is, yeah, very annoying. It's kind of the only way, just have to break myself out. Unless I fill that little gap with glass, just so that I don't fall into it. Which is not necessarily the worst of ideas. I don't have any glass with me though. So I guess we'll just continue to fall into the thing. Now, something that is vitally important here is that we don't make this room look like a giant square. So that means layering the crap out of this wall. And making sure that the black stone kind of goes up and down and up and down and up and down. I think what I need to do now is kind of find more areas with the black stone. So we've done quite a bit of the cobbled deep slate. I need to kind of like find little more areas where I want to put this black stone in. No. Do 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 do. Ah. Why? Come on, Womble, you can do better than this. Falling down every goddamn hole. And then I think once I've done this, we will kind of go ahead and put the rest of the little bits and bobs in. You know what? It's quite refreshing to do a little bit of landscaping like this. Because the last bunch of landscaping we did was obviously outside landscaping, like stuff that was a lot easier to kind of visualize because I've done it. It's in my comfort zone kind of thing. Done it loads of times before. So it's a nice little challenge to get this right. And I think it's coming along. Especially like the way that the blackstone doesn't look like uniform kind of thing, even though I've kind of designed it to be uniform, it doesn't look it. That deep slate definitely works. It definitely fits in. I quite like it. I don't know what you guys think of. I think, you know, we'll probably start seeing... Do you know what we could do? We could, instead of it being like a solid wall between the two, we can put like little bits of deep slate here, there, and everywhere. And that will just help it blend a little bit more. Yeah, that works. I quite like that. So let's replicate that and bring that in. Same sort of rule, right? I mean, I'm not going to see a lot of this, but I'll know it's there. like playing around with little bits like that, I think works really well. Maybe just every so often, quite high up, we have like one piece of blackstone in there. That was a lot that I just deleted. I don't know, how are we feeling with the little bits and bobs that I'm adding in here, there and everywhere? Am I going a little bit too far with the transition, or does that look good? Or do I need to do more, I guess? Does it still need work, or is that kind of like good enough? What are you guys thinking? What are you guys thinking with that? I don't know how well you can see it on stream, actually. Just because they're very dark. I think the saturation is good enough. And it's kind of... It looks like it's now blended in. Which is exactly what I'm aiming for, but... Now I need to do it in this little corner. I'll do it in that corner next. This little bit. So we've got a lot of... Well, at the moment I've just got like this solid layer line of blackstone where the blackstone ends, so we need to kind of like chop that up a bit. Tell you what, I want like... that. Then we can bring it down a little bit. There we go. feel like it's going up a little bit too high. No, I didn't want that. Apparently there's like a whole area under there that's not lit. How's this looking? Okay. I mean, there's still work to be done, so let's just keep grinding away at this, I think. I think now I need to start adding in the deep slate. It is a bit challenging with like the terrain that I've created for myself, like that I'm building this on. Normally I'd like scaffold up. So maybe that's just what I have to do, just have to bite the bullet. Don't want to keep losing blocks. To be honest, like, I'm starting to think that now once we've done this, I need to... But what I want to do, I want to make sure that I've done enough in order for me to put on the next layer of glass. Like the next glass floor. So I don't need to go up too high, but at the same time, you know, I want to make it look good, and it is a bit more challenging to make this look good because of like all the gradient changes and stuff that we're trying to implement with this part. And then I also want to make sure that it blends well as well. It's not just like a color line, if that makes sense. So it still needs to work on it. Still need to keep going. Just need to plow through and get bits of this done. Something that I seem to be quite bad at is getting the blackstone gradient on the deep slate levels. Okay, that's definitely getting filled in. Maybe we don't need the blackstone on the deep slate levels unless there's like a heavy collection of deep slate like right there kind of thing. There we go. Alright, let's get the rest of the deep slate in here. There we go. I think I'm about done with this area. It's very annoying to kind of like walk around. It's so annoying. Oh my goodness, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, I'll be able to build this up a little bit better now. Right, this is definitely where we need some deep slate kind of like poking out. Pretty sure I made a hole here that I shouldn't have. Oh, my back. Oh, I don't know if you heard that. That definitely cracked. So it's a good sign. I'm just also trying to balance a lot of like the geometry shapes out of this whilst not making it too obvious what I'm kind of getting at. There we go. So this bit down here is the difficult bit because I don't have the scope to be able to actually finish this. So that might be a matter of... I don't know. I'm not quite sure what's best for that. I think we need to cover it up and figure out how to do the water at the end. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Alright, let's cover it up. Which means I am actually going to fill this all in. Yeah. Oh, no. Fine, I'll go around this way. I've got no more deep slate left. Okay. Well, for the most part, done an okay job, I think. I particularly like that, actually. I like the gradient changes that we've got in this. This, unfortunately, not quite. It's not quite there yet, is it? Makes it a little bit better. Just like little tweaks like that I probably have to really work on. But we do need more tiled deep slate. But I think what I'm going to do next, I'm going to build up the redstone. Do have 3 more tiled deep slate here, so we may as well place them down. Yeah, I definitely need some like tiled deep slate in there as well, actually, now I'm looking at it. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to like extend our redstone. So we need yellow stained concrete and redstone torches. Before I go all the way up there, I just wanted to have a look, see where the redstone torches were. Makes sense that they're in that direction, okay. Actually, let's put down the comparators first. We'll put down the comparators first and the dirt. Not the dirt, the green concrete. So we want green concrete, comparators, and I guess the tracks. So that's what we're going to do. Add the yellow concrete and the torches. Which means I need to empty out my inventory. I'm running out of places to put all of this crap I've got. Coal blocks would work pretty nice too. Oh, that's a good idea. Obsidian, I don't really like to build with obsidian because, like you said, it's very expensive. But coal blocks might work quite nice too in there. Now, what does that look like next to blackstone, just out of interest? I need the just standard blackstone. What does that look like next to blackstone? I guess coal blocks are darker. Yeah, darker than blackstone. Interesting. So I think the reason why coal blocks wouldn't work is they're slightly too dark. They are too black. Remember, I'm trying to build the gradient up from the bottom. It's already going to look very dark down there because we're going to have the fog effect. So that black stone that you can see down there, that's going to look very dark already. So I don't think I need any coal blocks, although it might have been look quite good if the pit right down at the bottom is coal blocks. I'll remember it for next time. I think I would like to save coal blocks for other stuff to build with. It's also fairly annoying to get coal blocks, even though coal blocks are like... Coal is quite an easy resource to get. You have to mine it, and yeah, quite annoying to get that way. What were we going to do? So we were going to do bits of the redstone, weren't we? So let's have a look. Let's see if we've got... So I want some yellow concrete. We want some redstone torches. Not sure where I've put my ender chest. We'll continue on. I think it's down in the bottom. If it isn't, then we need to come back and find it. But so we want some redstone torches, which are in my ender chest. We need some comparators, which are also in my ender chest. We need green concrete, which is here and here. And we need the rails, which are in my ender chest. Let's see if my ender chest is down here. It is not, is it? Where the blazes have I put my ender chest? Chat, where have I put my ender chest? You guys will have seen, surely. Where did I put it? I've not been out here, have I, to this stream? There is nothing here that I want. And before someone says, no, it's not this ender chest is a permanent chest. I don't know where I put my ender chest, though. A little bit annoying. Okay, so we want redstone torches. We need comparators. We need powered rails. We need normal rails. We need detector rails. And we need levers. And that'll be it for the time being. I need to find where I put my ender chest. I have legit no idea where I've put it. It's somewhere, I've put it somewhere whilst I've been on stream. So, oh wait, no, did I? Did I leave it in the nether? Because we went to the nether, didn't we? Did I leave it in there somewhere? Not down here. It's not down here. So it's not down in the nether where I was. I can't afford to make another ender chest. I mean, the nether makes sense because I got the fire resistance potion out from my ender chest, right? So it makes sense that it's in here somewhere. but I don't see it. It's not where we were, so it's not there. That's the only place I've been in the nether, so... I don't think it's in the nether, otherwise I'd have seen it. So where else have I bloody well put this thing? I lose my stuff all the time too. Then I casually find them in random chests. Oh, there's a maxed out bow in there. Could be in a chest. I could have put it away in a chest by mistake. It's not in that. Not in that. Not in that. This one? Yep, there it is. It was in a chest the whole time. Good call, good call. Okay, cool. I'm gonna put my fire breathing potion away because we don't need that now. Okay, well, now we found that we don't actually need it, but I do want it on my inventory at all times. It's my backpack. Okay, so we've got comparators. Let's get our comparators out. We don't have very many comparators, but that's okay. So this is the next layer of redstone, by the way, just so you're aware. This is the next farm that we are starting. So farm 1 has been complete. Farm 2 is now underway. I think I'm gonna lay down all the redstone for the lighting first. It's just the easier way of doing it. I think. No, I didn't want to do that. And we want to go... Oh, which way do I not... Do I... Well, I should be able to tell here. So it must be on that side. It's got to be where... That's where the redstone torches are. So that's that all like this. Which makes sense. Now we want the bits on the top. Let's do the same over here. Oopsie. I'm getting into a bit of a rhythm, which is quite nice. I'm gonna run out of torches. Oh, we gotta run out of redstone. We know that that's gonna be a thing. Like, I don't have enough redstone to be able to complete the whole project. We'll definitely have to go mining for more redstone later on down the line, but that's okay. I don't know what the current meta of mining for redstone resources are these days. It used to be strip mine. That was the easiest way to do it. That's also the most boring way. But I don't know what it is these days. Tunnel bore. Raid farm. Do you reckon a raid farm gets you more redstone dust than digging? Mining? I'm not doing a tunnel bore though. That's a bit ridiculous. But do you reckon a raid farm gets you more redstone? Because I always found that redstone drops in raid farms were always pretty disappointing. You may as well just trade with villagers at that point. Because the amount of witches that you get dropped in a raid is negligible, right? Or at least that's how I always saw it. I think that's right there. No, that one does go to there. I was right the first time. There and there, I think. What's this soundtrack? This soundtrack is the Shipbreaker soundtrack. Hard Space Shipbreaker is the name of the game that I have taken this soundtrack from. Pretty good. Pretty enjoyable. It's very Firefly-esque, and I appreciate that. Okay, let's put in the rails in the in-betweens. Okay, rails are done. I don't have any levers. That's what I forgot to bring. I forgot to bring leathers, but that's okay. It's like the last thing I would want to add anyway. This I'm going to prep to kind of go up here just for the time being. I need powered rail here and powered rail here. Then we need the leathers, and then we want no, not one of those. Cool. So that's the train track into position. Ian Zorfer raid farm has 5,300 redstone dust an hour. Interesting. I'm wondering whether that's quicker than mining itself, mining for it. I don't know how fast I could mine for redstone. I don't think it'd be 5,000 an hour though. 5,000 an hour. I don't think I'd be able to get 5,000. That's a lot. I mean, I don't like doing strip mining, you see, so I tend to just go caving. So if I was to do it caving, I'd probably get less than 1,000 an hour, maybe, I don't know. I think that's unfair, actually. I've definitely got about 2,000 an hour last time we went. just having a look at something. Actually, I'm going to do the rest of the redstone lamps. I guess we may as well complete that circuit, right? We may as well complete this circuit. If we can, if we've got enough of the concrete. Actually, it's more about the dust itself. The redstone torches itself. Okay, so that should be the whole of the lighting circuit on that side. We may as well do it on this side as well, if we have enough concrete. I've got enough. Again, it's potentially the torches that we would run out of, but I think we've got enough. And then we just need that last little bit of concrete on the top just to complete the circuit. Well, obviously the actual redstone light component isn't complete, but that's fine. Cool. Okay, so the redstone light circuit is complete. I've got 2 redstone torches left. That's not a good sign, is it? Gonna need a lot more redstone torches. I've pretty much done all of the minecart stuff. Done everything with the green concrete. So I guess the next part is the dirt. And then the blackstone and the tiled blackstone. Oh, there's gaps in there which I want to fill. Or do I want to? Or do I not want to leave them? I think I want to leave them, don't I, at the bottom? And I might go under there and get rid of all of the blackstone that's between the rail there. In fact, yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. It's not necessary, and you don't get to see some of this redstone. I do want to show off this redstone. Now, if the rail gets in the way here, I'll be a little bit annoyed. There we go. It's thundering outside. Now, normally that would see me run to a bed, but because obviously we've got copper things to stop that, then I'm not really that worried. Okay. So now we just need to put in the switches underneath the powered rails. So we need one there, one on the other side, and one there. So we need 3 levers. I don't know how well this fog effect is going to work for the hopper things, question mark. There's 588 redstone blocks and 21 shulker boxes of redstone. No way you could mine that fast. Not the redstone, no. "21 shulker boxes of redstone blocks." Are you sure that's 21 shulker boxes worth of the blocks?
Each day he steps into the yard.
I don't think that's right. That doesn't sound right to me.
To earn his wages working hard.
I'm interested to know how much redstone I could mine in a mining session.
And heaven above.
I think I've done...
To return my daddy to those he loves.
I struggle to fill a shulker box with the redstone ore, right?
A time when he and death
But then you have fortune, which increases the amount.
bless the next.
Slight miscount. 9 stacks of redstone per hour. Yeah, I was going to say that. I didn't think that sounded right. Yeah, 9 stacks of redstone dust per hour is definitely doable. Like, so I still think mining is faster than raid farm. A raid farm, it just doesn't give you the rates of redstone. Maybe a witch's farm. A witch's farm might work better. So a witch farm, like purpose-built witch farm built in a swamp. You know what I mean? I reckon that would do better than a raid farm. Oh, redstone blocks an hour. 9 stacks of redstone blocks per hour. I still think the witch farm would do better. But again, I don't want to set that up. I could definitely fill a shulker box of redstone in an hour. Which is... let me get that right. 3 stacks of redstone blocks. So yeah, so I'm probably like, yeah, a third the speed of that farm. That sounds right in my head. I'm interested. We might go and do some redstone mining. Well, I mean, okay, so that system is the old, like the strip mining approach to mining. So we might do that. Let's see how much we get from strip mining just for redstone. I'm very curious, and we'll do the full hour. We'll do a strip mine, and we'll see how much redstone we get. I want to know how much we could do. I don't realize that's not like a proper true test. In order to get our proper true test, you want to do it about 3 or 4 times and take the average. Or, sorry, 5 times and take the average. 3 or 5 times. I don't have time for that, though, today. So we're not going to do a proper full test, but we'll kind of... It gives us a ballpark of what is the best way of doing it. Now, if we're strip mining, I'm going to get bored out of my head. And I do tend to, like, when I'm strip mining, I just, like, zone out and listen to an audiobook, usually. But obviously, if we're streaming, can't do that. So you guys have to keep me occupied, okay? Don't let me go to sleep. Because we will need more redstone before we can really, like, build too much more of this. Because I am low on repeaters, low on comparators. I mean, I've got 25 blocks of redstone, but that's not going to be enough. I'm low on hoppers. I'm low on everything. Pistons I'm low on as well. Observers, I'm okay on observers, actually, which isn't too bad. And we do need quite a lot of observers, though, so again, even then, I don't even know if I've got any redstone lamps. That requires a shit ton of redstone. I might have, like, a stack somewhere. Oh, there we go, stack them 5. So even that, you know. Taking all bets. Yeah, so Occupied or distracted? No, occupied, not distracted. I do want to know how much you guys think I can get through. Of course, I've got no empty shulker boxes, so I'll have to make room, empty out some of these shulker boxes and go down with like a handful of shulkers. I have Fortune 3, yeah, Fortune 3 will be included. Buzz. Where are my spare chests? I know I've got some here, down here somewhere. Or did I use them for... I might have used them for hoppers. Okay, that's fine. We'll empty out this one. I'll be honest, I can't foresee myself filling more than a shulker box worth of redstone dust. I better take that out of elimination so we don't accidentally count it. So I'll put that away. And I also want to heal up my tools while I'm doing it. I'm going to say you beat your 3 stacks of redstone blocks estimate. The average of that farm is... The advantage of that farm is that you don't have to mine, although diamonds are useful again, so there's that. Yeah, and gold. So it's not just the redstone that I'll be getting from this mining session. I'll be getting other stuff which are just as useful, and cobblestone as well if I wanted to get cobblestone, or stone, you know. I probably will get a bunch of cobblestone from it as well. Because then I can turn that into other redstone supplies. So, it's that sort of thing that doesn't take into account when the figures for these farms come out. It's like, is it actually more worth it if you've still got to go farming anyway? How is diamonds useful? Yeah, diamonds aren't useful. They're completely useless. Or at least this level of the game. But more for bragging rights, right? Like, diamonds are there for bragging rights. Okay, well, we've got 2 shulker boxes worth. You have to use diamonds for netherite upgrade and armor trims. Interesting. So there is actually more of a use now for diamonds than what there has been in the past. Okay, good to know. I could really use with like just one more lever. And I've got no sticks down here, have I? Well, I guess I do. Can you make a leather out of the cobbled deep slate? Does that work? It doesn't. Okay, that's slightly disappointing. Can you do it out of the blackstone? You can't. That's disappointing. So it's just cobblestone then. Okay, let's go and turn on those rails real quick. And we'll see what we can do. And I like, we're only doing this because it's a fun little experiment. And I need to go hunting for these resources anyway. You can now manufacture clay. Interesting. This is 1.20, correct? One day, Womble's base will be paved in diamond blocks. I doubt it. I haven't got very many diamonds on this save. I really don't. I think I've got like 11, 12 diamond blocks. That's it. I just haven't really had the motivation to go on mine. Oh, I didn't put the third freaking lever down. What am I on about? What am I doing? Mud on dripstone. Interesting. And that creates clay. Didn't know that. Didn't know that. That must be a brand new thing. That or I'm an idiot. Okay, I really want a couple more chests down here. So let's go and get some chests made. Oh wait, no, hold on. I've got 3 spare chests down here, haven't I? Let's just use these. Saves, crafting things. It's at least 1.19, maybe 20. I think it sounds like a 1.19 feature. Buzz. Because mud was 1.19, right? So it sounds like that was a 1.19 thing. And now I think about it, I think I did know this, and I didn't get excited because of the rates of it. I haven't really done too much with the mud, though, other than building stuff. There we go, I freed up a bunch of shulker boxes there. And we can keep that shulker box down here for the time being. Did I just see an Enderman down there? Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, yeah, mud on dripstone does sound like a 1.19 change. Okay, so we've got 4 shulker boxes to bring resources back with us. I will also be interested in getting iron out of this adventure, as well as redstone. So multi-priced strip mining. I tend not to do strip mining, but the reason why we're doing this sort of strip mining is because I want to see how much redstone in an hour we can get. I want to see if we can beat Turing's farm that he was on about, or I don't think we'll beat it, but I think we should be able to do at least a third of it. My prediction is, and I usually I err on the side of caution with my predictions, I reckon we'll be able to do at least 3 redstone blocks worth of redstone dust out of this thing. That's in an hour. And that'll be just like an hour of mining. 5x5 array of dripstone. It turned mud pretty fast. Less than a minute. Nice. 27 redstone dust. That's all I'm gonna have, is it? Okay. I mean, that could be the case. So that's my predictions. You guys can have a guess on what you think I'm gonna get from it. For the time being, I do need to heal my tools, though. You said 3 blocks. Yes. So that is 27 stacks of redstone dust. Yeah, I reckon about 27 stacks of redstone dust. I think it's going to be really difficult to find redstone. Like, from what I've seen so far, like in the deep slate, because that's where we're gonna go. We're gonna go down to the deep slate layer. From what I've seen so far, like there's just no resources down there. Now, I've not done any strip mining whatsoever in Deep Slate, so I've kind of not really got too much to base my guess on. But I don't know. I just think I just have this feeling it's going to be really difficult. I don't know what part of the day is it. It's morning. Wow, we sold so many. Healing my tools. Most important is probably my silk pick. Although I did say I wanted cobblestone over stone, didn't I? But either way, like, having that all nice and neat is a good idea. Okay, cool. I think we're all good. Like, massively got rid of a lot of my sticks there. Which is ironic, because I'll need sticks for my redstone torches, of which I will need quite a lot of. A lot of this dust is going to go into redstone torches, so... Right, let's go and find a spot, and we're going to do a strip mine to the north, I guess. Let's have a look. Oh, of course. No, I don't want cobblestone, do I? It's either deep slate or cobbled deep slate. Forgot about that. Okay. Well, cobbled deep slate's probably more useful, so let's head down and then we'll start doing a little bit of stuff. Now, I should probably get some lights actually while I'm thinking about it. So let's go back up. Oh, lost him. Did just notice this though. Okay. I will take that. That will not count towards what I'm doing. I've not started the hour yet, so that little bit doesn't count, but sorry, bear with me. There we go. We'll put on this music so I know when to stop. I started the timer when you said let's do it. No, I'm not ready yet. I need torches. I need torches mainly so that I can light up the strip mine. Dun dun. I need torches, please. 7 of them here. That's good. Cat needs fish. You always say that. That doesn't. I'm gonna be stupid, aren't I? Yeah. I guess I can put that in one of my in my ender chest. I'll put those in my ender chest just so I've got materials to build with, nice and easy. And also, if I'm doing this, we probably don't need my elytra on. So let's get my chest plate out ready. Just trying to not have too much stuff in my inventory, honestly. In all honesty, I probably don't need my sword either. Okay, let's go and have a look. It's always true, the cat always needs fish. Let's have a look, see where's best to start this. Because like I said, I want to go in a northerly direction. Because that's all stuff that's been rendered in before. Without, like... So I guess we can head down here, then we'll start up like a little area. What is the layer below? Okay, so that's the bedrock there. I guess this is the layer we work at. Level 58, or maybe 57, minus 57. What would be a safe layer to mine at in this current form of Minecraft? See, gold. This is also something else that we're trying to go for. So this is... I mean, it's not going to count towards the final amount. But, yeah. Okay, let's just set up this, like, little base here. And throw a torch down there. Let's set up my ender chest with my shulker boxes. And I'm also just gonna like take these little bits here. Because I don't need it. So I want to head in the north direction, so I'm going to literally go down that little bit there where I'll do a 2 wide. I guess a 2 wide little line. And I'm just going to drop little bits of bobs here, there, and everywhere. Okay. Let's equip things, make sure that there are stuff that are not in my inventory that I don't need. I've not got much food, have I? Ooh, should we go? Yeah, we should probably go back up and get some more food. Now I'm looking at it. I didn't realize I was in such dire need of food. Fine, we'll go back. See, this is why mining takes longer for me, because I'm an idiot. Let's go back up. We'll get some more food sorted, shall we? I want to do some trading, and we'll just get like a couple of stacks worth of food. I mean, it should be okay for food, to be fair, but it's always best to have as much as we need. There we go, perfect. Right, put the rest of the sticks away, I don't need to carry those down. Should count this as 1 hour of mining. Now, this is setup. I mean, you have to do this for every farm. The thing is, with mining setup, is that you have to do this every time you go mining, right? Now, if I had the farm like pre-made, like that's an unfair test. So, like, all of this stuff that I'm doing right now, like, this is all not... It doesn't count, in my opinion. Okay, hold on. This is how I'm gonna... Should we get Alexa to time it? Is that what we should do? Don't think anything drops copper. Drowned do. So you can make a copper farm out of drowned and killing drowned. Drowned drops copper. A timer ticking down on screen. I'm not setting that up. That's going to take longer for me to set up itself. Okay, hold on. Right. Listen to this. Alexa's going to do it for us. Alexa, start...
United States and Ghana will face off on Wednesday, October 18th at 1:30 a.m. in international exhibitions.
That's not what I asked! Alexa, start a timer for 1 hour.
1 hour. Starting now.
Cool. Okay, let's get going. And we're literally just going to be doing this for an hour, I guess. We're already going really slow. No diamond or lapis farm. Drown drop copper. Nembom made a nice farm for copper. There's definitely ways of making a good copper farm. Here's the problem. I don't know if we're too low for redstone. We might be too low down for redstone. I don't know what the spawn generation is for redstone itself. I am also interested in the iron, but at the moment I'm just going to go for as much redstone as I can. So that's kind of our goal, so we can come back down here and... This is why I think... Okay, silverfish. Ugh. Right, so let's switch over to Silk Touch then. We're obviously inside the mountain now. I didn't know silverfish spawned in Deep Slate, so that's news for me. I am gonna also collect these ores, like I naturally would. So I feel like that, because otherwise it's an unfair test, because I'm just kind of like, just going for the redstone. I am wondering... Oh, we got some diamonds. This is not what we needed. I am wondering what spawn level redstone generates at, actually. I know there was this whole thing with pyramids and stuff for redstone, like for like the ore distribution for the new cliffs and cave thing. Well, I say new, it's 1.18. You're looking now. So we've already got a considerable amount of diamonds and gold and no redstone, which is very annoying actually. I have a feeling that I'm too low for the redstone to spawn. Or it's spawning in like such small amounts. I don't know how far we're going to go in this direction. Says -59 is when it starts spawning. Well, there's our first piece of redstone. Yeah, but there was like a pyramid, like a distribution model that someone did, and it was like, it's more likely that redstone spawns at like certain levels now. Here we go, this is a little bit better. Now, I'm wondering whether I am too low for... I'm at the level that is ideal for, say, diamonds and gold, but not redstone. That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if redstone is ideal at higher levels, and I'm just too low. It's annoying that you can't craft anything with normal deep slate, only cobbled deep slate. Yeah, it's just a matter of building block really, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to switch back to my fortune pick. Oh, I haven't been doing any torches. We've gone quite a long way. Diminishing distribution at higher levels. Interesting. So there should be quite a high distribution down at this level then, right, Buzz? So where is the highest for redstone? I can hear lava. Where is the best distribution for redstone? I didn't want that. Okay, that's as far as I'm going to go then. The highest distribution levels is negative 59. Interesting. One, two, three. Yeah, very interesting. Because we've hardly seen any. I would have thought I would have seen more then. Heck, we have more deep slate diamond ore than redstone. So maybe I'm just being unlucky. Also, this was generated in 1.18, this area, so it might be different. 1.18 might have a different distribution curve. To mine at Y10, but the debate is going on, yeah. I mean, what I used to do, I used to have a beacon at, like, say, Y10 and just strip mine. Like, it wasn't a strip mine, it was a massacre. That's what I used to do. Like, insta-mine it, but you can't do that with deep slate. Oh, I'm not putting down torches again. Fucking hell. It's because I've got Optifine on and it doesn't show me when it's getting dark, so I forget. I might have to turn that off. I'm also now trying to count so I don't forget the... I hate silverfish. There's going to be loads of them around. I know there is. I hate silverfish. It's like my least favourite mob in-game. Might get my sword out instead of the bow, actually. Oh, we got some more diamonds. There they are. Okay, something definitely feels wrong here. I feel like I should have found a lot more redstone. I have a feeling we're at the wrong Y level, right? But it can't be. It can't be at this Y level. Surely Ore distribution chart shows that from negative 32, it starts to get bigger and maxes out at negative 64. I mean, Turing, we are currently at negative 57, so we should be like right on the spot where all the redstone is spawning then. God, 1.8 really nerfed the game in terms of ore distribution, didn't it? Like, really badly. Mainly redstone. Maybe it's the biome? I'm going through 3 different biomes right now. Or at least I've gone through 3 different biomes, so I don't think it is a biome-related thing. We started off in a forest biome, a plains biome, sorry. Then we went into a mountain biome, hence the silverfish. Then we went into a savanna biome, and then we went into a riverbed biome, followed by another savanna biome. So they're very different biomes. The fact that I've only found like nine pieces of redstone is ridiculous, isn't it? I was expecting more, and I was cautiously optimistic, you know. So maybe Turing is right. Maybe the current meta of getting large quantities of redstone is in raid farms, which really sucks. I mean, it's good that strip mining just isn't as powerful as what it used to be. That's good. Hat is coming out now. There we go. Hat is now around. I mean, I can't believe, actually, the results that we've seen so far. Like, I cannot believe these results. Highly disappointing. I mean, that's it. That is all we've got. That is all we've got so far. Wow. Alexa, how much longer left on the timer?
You have 47 minutes left on your 1-hour timer.
So in 12 minutes, 13 minutes, we managed to get all of those resources. That's bad, but we're getting some more now. Here we go. We've got a little bit of a node. This is what I was looking for, like one of these. Where was this? Those sort of nodes. That's the sort of nodes that I was expecting a lot more of. Now they keep coming, I know, right? It's very bizarre. Maybe I was just being unlucky. I mean, we only got 20 redstone blocks from that. Redstone ore blocks, I should say. And then I'm gonna go in this direction till we hit that lava. If I can find it. Yeah, I am slightly disappointed in how this has gone so far. I don't know if you guys are, but I definitely am. I don't know, maybe you were expecting me to only get like a small amount. Like what we're getting. I'm not gonna lie, I was half expecting me to like hit redstone every so often. They've definitely nerfed the I mean, I feel like we already knew this, right? Like, we already knew that the ore generation has definitely been nerfed in this update, in the 1.18 update kind of thing. But I've not done any strip mining until this point since 1.18 came out. Like, I just haven't done it. I don't like doing strip mining. I don't like doing this sort of thing. So it always felt very cheesy, and it is boring, right? Like, this is dull. I'll be the first to admit it. Now, I am also going to get the gravel here because we need gravel. All sorts of other things. So I'm just going to stock up. We've hit bedrock. And we've hit redstone. But it's only 4 pieces. I think it's 4 pieces that I wouldn't have seen if I hadn't have dug out the gravel there. I can hear lava. And again, only like 4 pieces in that little cluster. Mining at this level is really slow. Before you could blast through stone a lot quicker. Yeah. It is very slow. I will admit. Yeah, I think you're right, Cheering. Like, strip mining just got nerfed like so badly. Now, I'm tempted to have a go at like Y level 10. See what we can get. Like, spend another hour on Y level 10 and see what we can get. See if there's much of a difference. But the problem with Y level 10 is that you're highly likely to hit cave, right? And trying to navigate big caves is not fun when you're strip mining. So we could try it, but I don't think it will really give us the results that we are craving. Now, when we did our adventuring the other day, I felt like we got more redstone than what we're getting now, kind of thing. Like, that was just the redstone that was exposed on the surface in the caves, so maybe that is just the best way to do it. And that would be my kind of idea of a good time in Minecraft, is just going around and exploring caves. Oh. Okay, so we came all the way that way. Let's go this direction. And before I leave here, I am going to extend that out. Whoopsie. So I've got a little bit more leeway if I wanted to go that direction. Okay, we can't go there. Thank you. There we go. Oh, I've got no torches left. And my torches are all... You know what? Fine. Whatever. We don't need torches. We'll just make it really, really dark and spawn mobs. What's the worst that could happen? Yeah, I definitely feel like we're getting more frickin' diamonds down at this level than redstone. I would have thought that redstone would have spawned more frequently. Okay, we need some form of a torch in my offhand. Just so that we can see. I won't light up the cave, can't be bothered. Hey, Rag, how's it going, my dude? We are doing a little experiment here. We're trying to see how much redstone we get in an hour. Mainly because I asked chat what they thought the best way to get redstone was these days, and the going consensus was that chat thought a raid farm. That was like probably the easiest way to get redstone itself, and I was dubious to think whether, you know, it would work, but we are not doing well on getting the redstone we want, so. That's kind of what we're doing at the moment. We're kind of strip mining to see... We're strip mining for an hour to see how much redstone we get. And we haven't got much. We really haven't got much. In fact, it's been massively disappointing how much redstone we've actually got. I think we've got like maybe maybe a stack of the redstone ore, which is... Although that being said, that's definitely going to give us... I mean... So my prediction was I would be able to get... about 3 stacks worth of redstone blocks, right? That was kind of my prediction. But... we would be lucky to get 3 stacks of redstone dust. We'll see. Every so often these gravel pockets are very handy though, because we can literally just like insta-mine through and it always uncovers redstone. See, this is something that... See, when I used to do redstone mining, I would have a beacon down at bedrock level, and I would just like carve butter all the way through the stone, which we can't really do anymore because, yeah, silverfish. Forget, I hate these. I forget every so often. I forget that we are in a bad area for silverfish. And the silverfish are so difficult to tell what blocks they're in this deep slate, because the silverfish deep slate and the actual deep slate takes the same amount of time to frickin' mine. It's not annoying. We are also, in this little experiment, going out of our way to collect every ore. Not just the redstone ore. We're collecting every ore because we want it to be a little bit realistic. Also, I need the iron and the other stuff as well. Now, if I was really smart, I might actually mine through all the tuff as well as the gravel. The gravel's instant. The tuff's not quite instant, but you can get through it quite quickly compared to the deep slate. Deep slate's just tough to get through. Like, it's just difficult. I think it's too hard for you to mine through deep slate, honestly. When there's no real added benefit to deep slate over stone, other than the aesthetics. It doesn't make sense in my head why deep slate would be harder to mine through than blackstone. Like that, it doesn't make sense in my head why that would be the case, because the whole point in blackstone is that it's been forged in the nether. And it's like compressed stone, right? Oh, for goodness sakes. Oh, wait, no, don't want to do that. There's a lot of dark in there. No mobs spawning behind me, though, so that's good. We're gonna have to dump all of my items in my inventory. So I would say for each redstone ore block, I can probably get 3 redstone dust. Oh, hello. We've got loads of diamonds out of this, though. This is the real bizarre thing, is that we've got loads of diamond ore block out of this. Oh. And not the redstone that I so much covet. Like, if anything, we've had probably the same amount of diamonds as what we have redstone. Okay, maybe not the same, but still. I feel like this is not what I was expecting. I was expecting a lot more than this. What about you guys? How am I doing from your point of view so far? I want some more torches. We're getting through them quite quick. I'm not going to go back down that tunnel to light it up, which will probably be a mistake for the future me to deal with, but I can't be bothered. Mainly because of laziness. Oh, we got some more redstone. I'd not paid attention and I was about to fortune mine it, but okay. I mean, at the end of the day, we are judging to see how much redstone dust we can get, not how many redstone ore. It is the redstone dust, and that will mean fortuning mining it. Now, that is technically extra work, but then, hey. Okay, nothing. I'm not getting as much iron either, but I kind of expected that. I think the iron distribution, it depends where you are, like what biomes you are in for the iron distribution, I think. And yeah, the iron distribution, I'm getting the same amount of iron as what I am redstone, I feel. And I would have thought I'd have got a lot less iron than even diamonds. Like, I feel like iron should be very sparse down at this level, and iron should spawn in a lot higher. Speaking of iron. Yeah, you see, like, those little pockets, they've only got, like, 2 pieces of iron in, rather than, like, big clumps like you see a little bit higher up. And obviously there's no coal at this level at all. Which I disagree with. I think there should be coal pockets down here. I think mining and crafting is the most boring part of the game. And whatever you can do to avoid it. Well, I mean, when you mine in this, like the way that we're doing now, absolutely, this is the most boring part of the game. I will agree with that. But something else that I do find boring is doing those long slogs to create farms. I find them so boring, so dull, putting down redstone circuit after redstone circuit. This is why it takes me ages to do stuff with farms. I like the after effects of farms, but the actual farm making itself, I don't know. Like, I've always really like struggled to get farms done and completed and stuff, but it is what it is. Especially villager farms. Villager-orientated farms are the worst. Which is why we've not done my villager farm that I've got planned yet. Because I can't be bothered. And I've still got to work out a little bit of redstone signaling. Like, I'm nearly done. Just need like that tiny little bit of redstone signaling, which, I'm not gonna lie, has kind of beaten me. I'm starting to hear the lava. Okay. I don't know how much further we can go. I think the best play is to dig in this direction until I hit the lava that we were on the other side. Oh. Okay. I thought we'd done it, but actually we hadn't. Did find more diamonds though. Do you know what's worse than mining for diamonds at the moment? Diving for netherite. There is a reason why we don't have any netherite armor, and that's because I am not willing to mine for netherite. Okay, I think that's as far as we can go then. Now, what I might have to do here then is mine around it. Into that bit there. Go in this direction. Alexa, how much longer on my timer?
You have 25 minutes left on your 1 hour timer.
Okay, we're halfway then. The tingling, oh god, it's almost done at the end of the build. See, I think my problem with like building big redstone contraptions is that I don't play Minecraft enough. Like, I don't put enough hours into it in a week in order for me to like build something and then have it done in a reasonable amount of time, right? Like, you look at how long I've put recently into the sugarcane farm. Now, in terms of weeks, like, we're on what, week 4 of the sugarcane? No, week 3 of the sugarcane farm, I think. Since I started work on the sugarcane farm again. No, actually, no. Yeah, since I started digging that tunnel, the big old hole. I reckon that was about 3 weeks ago. and I've done 1 layer of redstone. And that's because I just don't have the time to put it into it. So I think that's number 1 problem for me, is that I don't have the time to put into it. Number 2, I don't like doing boring, monotonous tasks. I like to switch between different things, which is probably why I'm always ever going to be a creative builder over a redstone project, because you have to put a lot of time into thinking how the redstone stuff works and this, that, and the other. I like to make my own farms, so it just takes extra time, I guess. Nope, no. There you go. Did it. Ugh. So I never really get to reap the benefits of it because I'm never done. Oh no. How long is this going to go on for? I don't think... Okay, so I think that's a dead end. Might be able to carve into it a little bit further down, like down this way. Go in this direction a little bit more until I hit the lava. And that's where it is. Okay. Cool. Right, let's go in this direction until we hit our base area. And then I'm probably gonna go in the opposite direction, so we'll go out to the south. When we get back. Oh, geode. Cool. Sweet. Nice little geode down here. I'm gonna light it up. I'll probably never come to it. I mean, yeah. I can't see myself ever really using it. Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna grind something, I don't mind grinding out, like, the mining side for materials that I'm gonna build with, but for, like, ores and things, yeah, no, I do find this a little bit too tedious. I built it around 2 to 4 hours a night. It was quite do repeat build, but watching streams at the same time, so no biggie. Yeah, exactly. That's another thing, is the majority of the time that I'm playing Minecraft, I am streaming, so I can't watch streams at the same time. So then when I'm doing like monotonous stuff like that, it makes me want to not do monotonous stuff like this, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Is there any more? Sometimes there's more. There's no more. That was only a small bit of diamonds, but still. I mean, like I said, this trip is giving me effectively iron and redstone, so I don't mind it too much. The redstone is sorely needed, but I'm curious to know how much we do get from doing this. If it's as little as what I'm now expecting it's going to be, which it certainly seems like there's a trend of not much redstone really, is there? I probably won't do this method again for getting redstone. Or I'll change it up, maybe. Because for me, this... Why would I look for redstone this way when I could just, like, explore caves and stuff and get redstone that way and do adventuring and have a little bit more fun, right? I'd rather do it that way than the strip mining way. The strip mining way is just dull. Yeah, it doesn't make sense that my redstone levels are like so low right now, because I am literally strip mining. It's like I should have found so much more redstone than what we've found. So I might just be being unlucky, but it definitely feels like, I don't know, something's weird going on. Well, maybe not weird, maybe this is what you guys were expecting. Okay, I really don't have that much iron. I thought I found more of it than that, but that I'm expecting. Can you not, please? That was lucky that that wasn't a creeper. That'll do. Stops creepers coming while I'm looking in chests. Also, the amount of chests I need, I definitely underestimated that. Alright, well, let's keep going. Hour's not up yet. I'm gonna go in this direction now. So we will start here. How much do I have on that? Do I have another pick available? Yes, I've got another Fortune 3 pick. But lower efficiency. Okay, good to know, good to know, good to know. So I don't really want to use Silk Touch on this Deep Slate just because it's not really that useful. I was expecting a lot more redstone than this, I'm not gonna lie. We haven't even got a shulker box of redstone dust. That's kind of what I was thinking I would get, about a shulker box of redstone dust by the end of the hour. Maybe a little bit more. That was me being conservative. I definitely am not getting that now. I don't think there's a... And if I were to bet on how much diamonds I was going to get, I would have said a lot less. So it's really bizarre how this has worked, which is why at the beginning I was asking whether this was the highest point of... Oh, really? We didn't get to go very far, did we? Well, let's go back on ourselves then. I was hoping that we would be able to go a lot further, but I guess it makes sense because there was that giant lava lake that we were very close to when we started. Right, now then, this might be a little bit more what we wanted here. This is very good. That's something we hadn't seen much of, is lapis. Again, something very surprising, because I've found loads of that stuff. Okay. Well, we got a little bit more redstone, I guess, out of that. Again, like, the grouping of the redstone was weird. Like, there just isn't that much. I will take the lapis, not that we need it, but I'll take it, because I did say that we would get all the ores that we find. That was a little less revealing than I was hoping, but okay. And we'll go again until we hit that lava that we hit before. Yeah, it's weird how the diamonds are generating, and just like the ores in general. We have got a lot more diamonds than what I was expecting to get. I mean, this is quite a good experiment, though, because it's definitely revealing something that I wasn't expecting. I mean, I was expecting the ore distribution to be bad, but I wasn't expecting this bad. Ow. Like, this gravel pit in here didn't even have a tiny, like, not even one piece of redstone. And there's the, oh, not that. There it is. I was wondering where it was. I knew it was around there somewhere. Yeah, very interesting. Like I said, I will get the ores, even if the ores I don't need, like the lapis, which we don't. That's more like it. That's a big group there. I feel like the ore grouping is off as well, right? Like, it doesn't feel like redstone grouping, it feels like diamond grouping, where it's like grouping in like clumps of 4 blocks. Which, I don't know. I don't know if you guys are finding this interesting or not. I'm definitely determined to get to the end of the hour, though. Alright, I suggest what we do now is I am going to extend this just a little bit, just so that we've got a little bit more room down here. I suggest we just keep heading over in that direction, and we'll just keep mining to the south and the north, and whenever we hit lava, we go back down the other way. I can hear slime. I'm almost out of shulker boxes. Thought I wouldn't need as much, but I do. But then that being said, we don't need to save all the shulker boxes there, do we? Okay, that just gives me an idea of where I need to go when we come back. So I'm just going to keep going here until we hit lava. When we hit lava, I will take a right, connect up with the rest of the strip mine, then we'll go left and come back. And there will become a point where I'm going to stop picking up, like, say, the tuff, for instance. Or I do want to collect quite a lot of tuff because I'm going to be using that in terraforming and stuff. So this is definitely a thing that I made earlier. What about Hive Song? Hate to say I told you so. Well, I mean, yeah, I feel free to. Like, this was very surprising. Like, what I'm doing right now, it feels surprising. I feel like I should have got more by strip mining. So, yeah, interesting. It's interesting. It's surprising and interesting. We haven't had as much gold as I thought I would get as well, actually. That's something else to point out. Now, that does depend on the biome. And, yeah. I hope this is a big node. But I mean, the thing is, what I used to do for redstone in the past isn't really feasible anymore because redstone doesn't spawn in as much quantities above deep slate. And if this is where redstone is meant to be most prominent, and we're hardly hitting any, like we're hardly finding any redstone, then we're never going to be able to do it the way I used to do it. That was just by, like, machine gun tactics. And we hit this. I said I wouldn't come back to this amethyst shard, but of course I am, because I'm strip mining. And we've got some more gravel. Now, the gravel bits are very useful. At least I find them very useful because you can just, like, it's insta-mine, right? Like, insta-mine uncovers a very large area. I get the gravel, which is useful for me because I'm using quite a lot of gravel. And occasionally it will unearth some ores, but that time it didn't. I didn't get any ores out of that. I saw the Hives live in 2009. They were... okay. They weren't amazing, that's all I'll say. The support band that they had was really bad. Ow. Let's go back in this direction. Can you stop burning to death, please? Thank you. Yeah, so I saw the Hives live a long time ago. 2009 it was. It was in my local Actually, was it 2009 or was it 2008? It might have been 2008. Anyway, that's immaterial. It was at my local kind of small club thing where all the rock bands play. I say rock very, very loosely because I wouldn't say the Hives were particularly... Yeah, I know, I just broke a spawning... Ooh! More redstone. Nice. Again, not much of it. Yeah, I mean, they were okay, the Hives. They were fine. And we've got those silverfish a bit. I wouldn't say they were amazing. Like I said, the support band that they had was just diabolically bad. Really bad. It was some Swedish, I think, heavy metal rock band that just didn't fit in with the type of music that the Hives does, which is light rock, I guess. Light indie rock for the early 2000s. With, well, One Hit Wonder is the Hives, right? Like, they are a one hit wonder. That song is the only one that I can think of that they sing. And they played it at the gig. I think it was the last song that they sung before they went home. Like I said, the Hives themselves, when I watched them, they were okay. They weren't terrible. I mean, they weren't amazing, but still. Well, that was a little bit of a... That was something. Got a little bit of diamonds out of that, and a little bit of redstone. And we got some more redstone. Hello. Now, this is what I was more expecting. Like, these little pockets that would just, like, keep going. That's what I was expecting. But we haven't really seen much of that, have we? I'm gonna have to switch picks in a sec. Alexa, how much longer left on my timer?
You have 1 minute and 20 seconds left on your 1 hour
Okay.
timer.
I will not need to change my pick then. We only have a minute left. Let's just go in this direction real quick and we'll see what we can get. We have a minute left, chat. I looked at the time for me, like I was watching like a timer itself, and I was like, oh, okay, we're nearly there. Wow. We got some more. Quick, get it before the time runs out. That might be the last of the redstone. That might be the last of it. Why has the... Oh, that's time. Alexa, stop. That's time. I'll finish digging out this little pit of gravel and then we'll head back. Okay. Just because I wanted the gravel. Oh, okay, no. Alright, let's head back. And then we'll count up what we've got. It's not looking good. Let's just put it that way. Like, it feels like we have not done well. I definitely feel like I got more ores that round, though. Not the diamonds, but more redstone ores that time. So we got 2 stacks of deep slate redstone ore, plus 22, and 19 dust. So I will be surprised if we make a stack of redstone blocks. That's how bad it was. Like, that was a lot worse than I was anticipating. That's a lot worse. We'll take that out to the surface and we will fortune it and we'll see what the actual total is. But yeah, that was very disappointing. I probably won't be coming back down to these strip mines to do this again. That was a lot more disappointing than I was anticipating, honestly. Let's get out of here. So the end result, I think I can safely say that we've not hit the target that I thought we were going to hit. And I thought I was being conservative. I thought 3 stacks of redstone blocks was a good estimate for an hour's worth of strip mining, but definitely not the case. I thought that was I had a good estimate there. Like a conservative, nice estimate. But evidently I was wrong. I've just broken my clock. But now we'll see how wrong I was. Are we even with this redstone going to get a stack of anything? Right, let's be fair with this. Oh, I need my... Do need my gold digger. Something that didn't help was the fact that I had like a ridiculous amount of torches that I never really placed, but that's okay. Okay, let's do this properly, right? This is the only way. The only way to do this is to do it this way. Yeah, so I think we'll be lucky if we get a stack of redstone blocks. Oh, it's glitching. Thanks, Optifine. So the tuff that I was on about, that can be used in like landscaping, things like that, right? So we'll use a lot of that. What's the timer? The timer's finished. Timer's finished cheering, so we finished mining. Are we just wrapping up the results? I'm counting now. I guess this counts because this would count as the time because in the raid farm you wouldn't have to do this bit with the fortune, but I'm not counting this. I mean, I feel like this is part of the fun, right? You get to go as tall as you can and then mine down. Oh, of course, you can't right-click on redstone, so I can't have it in my offhand. Yeah, technically I should count this, but I'm not counting it. This is part of the fun of mining, because you get to see the world from like a really high part. You see what I mean? Like, I always like this. Technically you should count this, but the advantage of not counting this is that if you did a raid farm, actually, yeah, I suppose you would get levels from a raid farm if you use a looting sword, right? If you're actively part of the killing mechanism. But then is it truly AFK? And it's only taken like an extra 5 minutes to kind of get up to this area and do this. I mean, I feel like this, the reason, like, this probably would have counted, but there was a lot of me kind of going back and forth and stopping and not really paying attention. Wow. Okay, well, we've done better than my prediction was after we did the mining, but it looks like we've got about a stack and a half worth of redstone blocks out of that. So, yeah, not good. Strip mining definitely is not a good way to get redstone. There you go, stack and a half with 1 redstone dust spare. And I said 3, so that I got half as much redstone as what I thought I would. I felt like I had a good... I felt like my estimation was a good estimation to have, but... yeah. So your redstone farm does 5 of these in an hour? 5 blocks of redstone stacks? Or was it 9 blocks of redstone stacks? Because if it's 9, that's an insane amount. I mean, I don't know what's going on with that raid farm. I presume it's a continuous... all the witches spawn in and then immediately die thing. I know from when I've done redstone farms in the past, though, the redstone output has never... sorry, not raid farms. The redstone output's never been great. Lots of levels. You should look at the vid. The genius of that farm is outstanding. Probably best tutorial on YouTube. I'll have a look. I'll have a look. Like, I mean, I've done redstone. I've done raid farms in the past, and the amount it's you normally do raid farms for the emeralds, right? Like, I've had a high amount of emeralds come through, and probably in an hour's worth of the farm running, you would get maybe 9 stacks of emeralds, which is why I was very skeptical of the amount of redstone you would get, because the witches don't spawn as often as pillagers, right? But that must have been my redstone my raid farm, but on steroids, and I feel like feel like that's going to take a lot of setup. I mean, my raid farm that I did took a lot of setup to get right. That was all on Jim's server. Old Jim's server. The Jim server that he doesn't do anymore. Those weren't stacking raid farms? No, it wasn't a stacked raid farm. It was just 1 raid farm. It was 1 raid farm to power the needs for my emeralds. I had a heavy amount of villagers, and it always gave me more than enough emeralds. I only had to run that farm like for an hour, and I was good for emeralds for days and days and days. But I never ran it for the redstone. If I ever wanted redstone, I'd go out, I'd get a beacon, and I would just mine it. Mine at like Y11 and then go down and just strip mine it, like not even strip mine, just like butter my way through everything and then do like the layer slightly above it and just do that, and you know, and I would always have like loads upon loads of redstone from that. But you can't really do that now because of the ore distribution, and I feel like the strip mine that we've done today kind of proves that you can't do that. You can't do strip mining. I don't think strip mining is that, at least at the... I kind of already had this idea in my head that strip mining wasn't going to cut it. But that definitely... I wasn't expecting it to be as bad as what it was. Definitely wasn't expecting it to be that bad. Like, this is bad. I reckon the old beacon method that I used to do, I'd probably used to get like 4 stacks of blocks, maybe 5. It was always very productive. In like an hour, maybe 2 hours, I guess. I don't know. I never normally did it for more than an hour because it would always grind me. So, like, I'm quite disappointed in the results. Non-stacking raid farms are slow. How do you mean non-stacking raid farms? Do you mean like each wave of the raid stacking on top of one another? Yeah, my raid farm did that. Or do you mean like multiple raids stacking on top of each other? How do you mean by stacking? Like, there's multiple ways that you can stack raid farms. You can have 2 separate... Actually, no, you can't do the 2 separate village. Most of the building is done with water and lava. You mean like this? How big is the delay? Oh, it's quite a big one. It's going to take ages to do. Yeah, if you're talking about all the different levels of the raid stacking on top of each other, absolutely my raid farm would do that. And with one swipe of the sword, or everything would die in like one hit, and you'd get full looting 3 out of that. So it was kind of like everything apart from the Ravengers, because the Ravengers would die above. And then after a certain amount of time, because you pick up the raid again, the raid banner, you would drop down. It would drop the player down into where the village is. Then you would go back up through a bubble vator, and then you'd swipe away, and they would all fall down, and they would die again, and so on and so forth. It was like a repetitive loop like that. I don't have a copy of that on my creative world, because I did all the testing for that in Jimorian's server. So I did all the testing for that in Jimorian's server in survival. This is when I was This is when I had a lot of time to play Minecraft. I tend not to have that time anymore, so I can't do that anymore. And it was above an ocean, so that the raid would spawn where I wanted it to. Oh, the farm stack. Player stays still. Interesting. Interesting. Well, I mean, my raid farm definitely was not slow. It wasn't slow. The raids might have been slower than what those rates you're talking about. But the rates were fast. Like, I would get a lot of emeralds. I'd get more emeralds than I'd need in an hour. So why would I... Like, I guess redstone is the thing that you want to... That you do want out of that I personally would want out of that now. But I think doing a witch's farm would probably be better in a swamp. Because you can really stack witches, the witches with those witches' huts. But you would kind of have to do what Mumbo did and clear out everywhere around the witch's farm. I don't mean like blasting his way down to bedrock like he did it, but like lighting up all the caves and things so that nothing else could spawn. I think that was season 6 of Hermitcraft when he did that. So I would have thought that a witch's farm would be better than a raid farm, because the raid farm has other mobs spawning, not just the witches, whereas the witches, it's just the witches, right? But I don't know what the rates are in for the witches' huts for witches to spawn. I can't remember. They're quite high. As long as there's no other mobs. But I don't want to go and find... Well, number one, I don't know where there is a swamp. No, I do know where there is a swamp. Because we've been out to one. But it's the old swamp. It's the new swamp, not the old swamp. I don't know where... I don't know where a witch's hut is in this world. So I can't realistically do that. I still don't think having a raid farm to get redstone is the best way, although it means that you're not mining. $128k total drops per hour. Some get burnt if you don't build really fast storage. Yeah, that's ridiculous. 56k emeralds an hour, wow. I don't know what the rates were for my raid farm, but it wasn't that high. Definitely wasn't that high. Probably looking around 10k worth of emeralds an hour, so Ian's is 5 times as fast, possibly. I mean, that's just going off of my head. I was getting a lot of emeralds, and a lot of them were getting burnt as well. I had to have quick storage for that. I had to use hopper minecarts to be able to pick it all up. So I mean, mine was fast. It's just, this sounds like it's a lot faster than the one that I designed. Sounds like it's a lot faster. I mean, I would expect that. Like, you know, I don't expect to be building the most efficient or fastest farms. I just like it because I build my own farms. It's a super easy build if you have a good location. How was my... like... The actual build for the raid farm that I made wasn't actually too intensive. It was some of the redstone that went into it that gave me the headache. So I needed to create timing redstone so that the player drops down and activates the raid farm at the right point. And I also had to count how far away you were from the villager so that you wouldn't automatically activate the next raid, or you would get the banner effect before the next raid. So that was a little bit complicated, but that was all stuff that you could get from the wiki, right? So then it's just a matter of dropping... Oh, and dropping the mobs down to a height so they're one-hit kill, if that makes sense. And there was 2 modes for it. So there was one mode where you could swipe with your looting 3 sword and get looting 3 drops as well, or there was just full damage drops. So there's 2 different methods, and there's 2 different modes, so you didn't have to just stand there and swipe. But then I put macros. I I downloaded some macros so that I could just stand there with the looting and have the looting effect and then do the AFK. But again, like, I never needed to run it more than an hour, ever. It filled up like 6 loads of double chests in about an hour. Probably more than that. I can't remember how I had it set up. I'll have to go back into the save. I've got the save somewhere. But I could rebuild that if I wanted to. But I think I would design a raid farm differently now. And I don't have any actual applicational use for a raid farm at the moment. And I certainly don't have any time to AFK at any farms, because I never AFK on this save. So this is where it gets complicated for me, is that really farms need to be built in this sort of an area so that they are all either always chunk loaded kind of thing, which this area isn't. So they need to be always chunk loaded so that when I'm adventuring, they're always actually generating stuff, or which would lag out my save, and I don't really want to do it that way. Or it's just in an area where I spend a lot of my time. Hence why I've got loads of like cactus, for instance. Like this cactus is a small farm, but that's generated a lot, more than I'll ever need. I won't need this much green dye, ever. So that's all I'm doing for a cactus farm. This. I'll just relocate it somewhere else. There's no point in me doing anything else. Unless I wanted to make like a furnace XP machine with cactus, we could maybe do that. Combine it with like a bamboo farm. So it automatically refills. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I quite like that idea. But yeah, no, like, I can't even keep my concentration to finish a redstone farm for sugarcane, let alone do a raid farm. Like, I don't have the energy for it. I don't have the time. So I could do it, it's just a matter of I probably won't. Single player is cool that you can do anything you want. On servers, you have to be more careful not to lag the server. Absolutely, yeah, I agree. Like, I can be a little bit more lag intensive around here. Although I will need to be careful though, because the eventual goal of this whole cave is have multiple farms running. We're going to have loads of villagers down at the bottom down here. That's where my villager cave's going to be. I want a super melanum pumpkin farm kind of over here with carrots and potato farm that will be villager powered probably. In this sort of a location, I'm thinking probably an iron farm maybe. I don't know. I need to do some experiments on a simple small iron farm. I'm a little bit scared to do an iron farm, honestly, because I don't want the golems to spawn here. So I need to be a little bit cautious on where. I need to do a few experiments to kind of like see how far golems will spawn from the villages, and it's probably just going to be like a really simple golem spawns and falls into a trap and dies kind of thing, and I won't have to worry too much about it. I'm not going to do like a big iron farm like I've done in the past. I'll probably do a small iron farm. In fact, the small iron farm's probably going to be one of the next things. Also a mob farm as well. At some point I want to put a mob farm in this area here. Alternatively, that is an area for the iron farm, by the way, this sort of place. So that would be where my mob farm is, and it's not going to be efficient. I'm not going for efficiency with my farms. Like, I don't care about the rates. I just want to design them myself and come up with a few challenges and stuff. Actually, I'll show you what I've been designing. This is off stream. and what I've been working on, because there is some redstone related signals that I can't seem to solve. That, like, I've got a problem that I can't solve, and I've been thinking on it for a while, and it involves these guys up here. So it involves these. Do you know what? I'll be honest, I'll probably just get loads of clerics and trade emeralds for redstone dust. That's probably my way into getting loads of redstone. Just get loads of clerics and do it that way. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know how fast that would be. It's only 32 per trade, isn't it? So actually, no, it's bad. Already decided I don't want to do that. Actually, it's less than 32. It's 24. So yeah, I don't want to do that. So yeah, it involves the villagers, and I'll kind of show you what issues I'm trying to deal with at the moment. That is the sugarcane counting system. Okay, good to know. What am I looking at? Ooh, where is it? Is it this over here? Is it this spaghetti of a thing? It is this spaghetti of a thing. Okay, so this is the concept. The villagers are in this bit. They get pushed to that corner there. You hit a button over here. Villager dispensed. That then dispenses a villager onto a minecart, and the minecart obviously goes down to here, sits on that little location there. A zombie then gets popped up by hitting zombie active. That redstone light comes on, the zombie is active. Nice and easy. You hit this redstone light off, zombie is inactive, and that brings the zombie down. Meanwhile, while the zombie is active, it's biting into the villager. Once the villager has changed, this is why the buttons have to be here. You hit this button, which brings the villager to here, this point here. You then do your trading to get it all what you wanted it to be, and you can turn the villager into a what's it my bot. Then I think you just push it down in that direction, and it either goes to villager 2 storage, which that light would be on, by the way, or you hit that light, this track there changes and it goes back around and does the loop again if you wanted better rates, so then you can re-zombify. So basically that's the zombifying system. This is kind of what I'm looking at the moment, but there was an issue with my redstone. Now, at the moment, I've got a bit of a complicated bit of redstone to turn, because these all need to be tiled, because I want them all together, right? So you hit this one, and the redstone light stays on. That's because we've got a T flip-flop down here, powered with a dropper. So when something is in there, it turns off this whole thing. So you hit that again, turns it off, and then from there I need to pull the signal out and down, which will probably be here. Probably come off of this. I probably have like an observer looking down, like down on it, and then actually I might do it with these. I was playing around with these things, right? So potentially I could create a pulse by using this and an observer looking down, and then it goes to the place where it needs to be. So I could do that. But the issue that I was having was on this one, I wanted to extend the light for a little bit longer, so I've got a little bit of an extender going on. So now what I need to do, I need to figure out how to get pulses from these two to do what these bits need to do, right? So villager dispensed, that needs to dispense this hopper over here. The villager active needs to turn that on and then turn that off once it's turned off. So it's like loads of redstone that I need to like plan out, and it's just like, oh, I know how to do it up here, but it's going to become a mess. So circuits everywhere. And then I need to pretty much do the same with this one. And I think the way to do it is all to do with like these blocks here, and that's how we control which signals go out in which places, which signals go to which lines. But yeah, I don't know. Activator rails might work. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, this whole system is easy. I just want... It's getting the lights to work, right? So I needed tileable extenders, which is hence why it's like a massive thing. So I needed a tileable light extender so it'd stay on longer than what the button required it to be on for, if that made sense. And I wanted the redstone lamp here to stay on to say that. And this will have to be... This tile will be the same as this tile, right? Because if the villager is going off to storage, that is on, right? So that lamp needs to be on, if that makes sense. So, yeah. A little bit of a redstone puzzle. And it was a matter of, like, trying to get the lines so they weren't crossing over and trying to visualize that. I think the best way to do it is with these pistons down at the bottom, because they activate whenever you hit the button, look. Even that one does. So, like, I mean, for instance, from this one here, we would put the extender on again, right? So, that would be... I think I did this. Which then goes into... Oops. Trying very hard not to let the redstone get... Because I think it stays on for the same amount of time. I don't know why I put a note block there. Probably... because if you power the lamp itself, it probably fires both of them off. So yeah, so then that would be the extender on there, right? And then you would have the same tile that you've got in the middle there back here, right? So it's quite deep in terms of redstone. Like that was the way, but that was the only way I could think of doing it, so that it was one tile deep, one tile wide. Sorry. Like, that was kind of the only way that I could envision doing that. So that got me this system on, but I need to now pull the redstone signals from these. And I think what I've got here... I think that's probably the best course of action, is an observer looking... Oh, but then it's going to do, like, 2 pulses, right? Like, it'll do on and off as a pulse. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like umming and ahhing about a lot of different things. And this was just a random tower of crap. So I don't know. I mean, like, this is the sort of, like, redstone design that I like doing. Something that is effectively very pointless, and you could probably do this a lot better. But because I've done it, I'm more interested in actually doing it properly, if that makes sense. Just to prove that you can frame that. So then if that one was on, then you know that, well, number one, you know the zombie is active. Then that would mean that the zombie is disactive. You would have that light as on, and I guess we can change this now to say zombie villager to cure, and then that would activate this redstone line there. That's going to be tough to do because that needs to turn on long enough. It needs to turn on long enough so that the cart clears that and then it wants to turn itself back off again. So that needs to have like a pulse extender on there at some point. I'll find you to a video in the Discord that you might find interesting. It might, yeah, sure, go for it. If it's something to do with this, then yeah, sure, why not? I mean, this won't be set up in the exact way that it visually looks there. Like, when I put it into my world, which we will, I mean, effectively that's just me testing out circuits. When I put it into my world, it will look a lot different. So these guys are all going to go in this area over here, right? So these are the... originally it was going to be 3, but this wall would be the lights, right? So the lights would go on like that part there. And then you would hit the buttons depending on what you wanted to do. This bit here, I think, is going to be the villager drop-down section where you cure the villagers in this little segment. So yeah, the actual area is going to be like it's going to be different redstone, and then going out to the different places, it's all hidden behind the walls. That's why you need the lights on so you can see what the tracks are doing themselves. And then the villager pit. The villager pit will be like where the villagers are going post zombification is down there, I think. It's gonna be in like this spot here, so somewhere around here. I think it was gonna be in like this bit. A few decisions I need to make, to be honest. And I had a lot of motivation to be doing this like 3 or 4 months ago. I think this was where I was going to put... Actually, maybe that was where I was going to put the cured villagers, and then from there we would move them into their housing. The final form. Yeah, I think it might have been up there. Because that was where the villager breeder is going to be, up in that little bit, that tiny little section up there. And I got really, really enthused to do this and really like I had like loads of ideas. Look, I had like all of this sort of things. We wrote everything out, figured out exactly what we needed to do, what I required from the redstone, and we designed the majority of the redstone. This was off stream. I designed it off stream, actually. I didn't design it on stream. But, like, I got so close to completing it, and then I kind of... my enthusiasm for it fizzled out because I wasn't spending enough time on the project itself, right? It's the same thing with this. How did you get up here? I don't even know how that's possible. It was kind of like this project here. Like, this didn't get finished because I lost motivation for it. I lost enthusiasm for it. I mean, at some point I probably will finish that, but I'll never use it. And it's all because I don't spend enough time on here, I think. I think because I don't spend enough time on it, I kind of lose sight of what I want to do, and then I will come back on, and then I will be like, well, now I want to do this instead. Which is good, it's fun, and we do get things done, it's just, it takes ages. So for instance, like, a while ago, like before, like after the villager, like after I burnt out on the villager stuff, I got really enthused to do terraforming up here, and we spent like 3 streams on just this. And I didn't really make too much progress, but you know. And then I was like, well, I wanna do some more of this, so we went to go and get the cherry blossoms, but I haven't actually done any more of that. Then there's also the like the sheep area over here. This is just not anything. It's supposed to be something, but it's not. So you know what I mean? Like in the internal stuff of this house, like we got so close to finishing it, and that. Okay, not gonna question it. And still haven't finished it. So it's like these little things that are, I think, taking up a lot of the time at the moment for the save, and why the save isn't quite what I'm hoping it to be. At the moment, I'm really enjoying doing the sugarcane stuff, though. So we're gonna keep going until I kind of get a little bit fed up with that, and then we'll go on do something else, probably something creative. Maybe build a new building. Might work on that sheep stuff. The sheep stuff will involve its own farm, like a sheep farm. So yeah, a wool farm. So yeah, I mean, a lot of projects that we've still got to do on there, but I'm just taking my time with it and enjoying it as I'm doing it. There's no rush. There's no rush. Anyway, I am gonna finish the stream here. Thank you very much for stopping by. Buzz, you're interested in the sheep farm. It's honestly observer logic gates. That is going to be very, very, very interesting for me. I think I need to know those. I'll have a look at those later, Cheering, because I have a feeling I need some. I need some of that in my life. And I might even be able to tidy up some of that redstone, actually. Yeah. Anyway, I will leave you guys to it. If you have had a good one, then good. I'm glad. If you haven't, then tough. Have a good one, chat. Have a good night, evening, noon, insert time zone here, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Later, nuts!